Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to episode 17 of my 1 vs 4 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing against 4 Emperor AI that are on a team against me, and I'm playing as the Shadow Elf Sorcerer, Malus Nightlord. In our last episode, we really started to gather our forces here for the assault on Edward Portsmith's throne city here of Wingistan. And we've assembled kind of 4 different heroes leading 4 different stacks. We've got Malus himself here leading a stack composed of a couple of tier 4 units, a tier 3, and a couple of tier 2 support units. We've also got here Tana Boslarf, our Goblin Archdruid hero, leading kind of a hodgepodge stack herself. We've then also got Thanos of House Iniok, a High Elf Warlord, leading another stack here with some decently powerful units. And then we've also got here Elsa the Warhead, a Goblin Dreadnought, leading another stack here with a Eldritch Horror and a few other units in tow. So we've got some pretty powerful units here, but Edward himself has quite the army defending this city. So for example, we have a High Elf Rogue hero you can see here, leading 2 Juggernauts, 2 Cannons, a Human Cavalry, and then we've got over here, we've got Human Knight and a few other kind of miscellaneous human units. And then we've got a 3rd Dreadnought here, as well as a few units guarding this settler. So our work is cut out for us here. We've got quite the difficulty here coming up to try to deal with this. So we're going to have to really manage our units here well. And hopefully we can siege the city and take out Edward's throne and kind of cripple him going forward. However, before we dive into this episode, I did just want to give a couple of shout-outs to a few individuals who left comments on the last episode. The first of those is My Brain Hurts. And Brain pointed out that, quite frankly, he's kind of dreading this upcoming battle, and I am too. I think we're going to be really hard-pressed to actually win this battle easily, given that some of our units are actually kind of worse for wear here, as you can see. And we may actually have to wait a turn or two to kind of juggle around our units and get some healing to our units that are more beat up. And in addition here, Brain also points out that, well, if we're going to do this siege, we have to be very, very careful, because obviously these Juggernauts have their fire mortar ability, which is devastating if you group your units up. And then on top of that, we've also got these 2 cannons, which are just going to do tremendous damage if my units line up in a line. So I need to make sure that I'm not grouping my units up in a line, and that I'm also not grouping them up next to each other, because the mortar abilities and the cannon shots are going to be absolutely devastating if I do that. They're going to hurt me enough as it is. I don't need the added effect of multiple units being hit with a single attack. And I totally agree with Brain on that one. I am kind of dreading this battle myself a little bit. I think it's actually going to be quite difficult. And alternatively here, I actually don't know if he's got other units coming in to reinforce, so things could get even more lopsided. So we'll have to kind of judge this next turn once we flip it around to see just how bad this really does get. But anyway, thank you to Brain for that comment. The other comment here is from Casper Eklund, and Casper pointed out that I actually had an opportunity when I was picking research in the last episode that I kind of made a bit of a mistake, or at least I didn't seize an opportunity that I could have. I ended up picking a strategic spell, and we'll just jump into my spell book real quick here. I think it was this one, Shield of Dispassion. I had some built-up research that I could just instantly complete some research for one of my spells, and I ended up choosing Shield of Dispassion. However, this cost me almost all of my built-up research that turn, and almost more importantly, this is a strategic spell, which I'm going to be a little bit more hard-pressed to cast because I'm focusing on casting these Eldritch Horrors, so this is less useful to me. What Casper pointed out is that I could have used that built-up research to clean up some more combat spells or some of my other spells that were cheaper, and that would have freed up slots in my research book there for potentially other spells that would be more useful for me. And I totally agree with Casper there. In retrospect, probably not the best move that I could have made there. Casper also pointed out that the spell Healing Surge could be used to heal undead. And that's actually a good idea, because excuse me, I have a couple of stacks here. Let me just go back and find them. That are entirely composed of undead ghouls. So we have here this stack, which is fortunately being healed by this brew brother. However, we also have a few other undead stacks that I believe are over here, if I remember correctly. Let's just find them. So we've got this stack, which is undead and doesn't really have anybody to heal it. So if I need to, and I have a hero in the army, or excuse me, I guess I don't need to because it's my leader, I'll be able to use Healing Surge to heal undead if that's needed. So great suggestion there from Casper on that. One other thing that Casper mentioned is that, and this harkens back to discussions that have been had on Black Arrow Gaming's channel. Black Arrow Gaming covers Age of Wonders 3 as well as Planetfall, if I'm not mistaken. Check out his channel if you haven't had a chance to. I really do enjoy his content. But Casper pointed out that on multiple occasions on his channel, it's been discussed that when you're talking about clearing out research for the next, like here, we'll just jump in. So when we're talking about clearing out these different available options for research to try to get the other ones that you're interested in, what really only matters is that you're clearing out spells of the same type. So for example, if I want to unlock better combat spells, for example, then I should focus on combat spells rather than worrying about whether they are part of, like, for example, this is a sorcerer spell. That doesn't matter as much as the fact that it's a combat spell. So as long as I'm working on combat spells, I should theoretically be getting additional combat spells that could be coming from any of the different categories, be it my Grey Guard or Sorcerer or anything like that. So again, that's great. I really do appreciate Casper bringing the knowledge and kind of the discussions that have happened in other places to light here. So thank you to Casper and thank you to Brain for those excellent comments. All right, so let's dive in. So we've already moved all these units, and we still have a little bit left to do on this turn. We do have a bit of flexibility here with some of these units, and what I might actually do, because we want this Brew Brother to actually be able to heal somebody, so what I think I might do here is I might actually move Malus off, and instead jump a few units back there so that they can actually heal. So maybe we'll throw the Eldritch Horror back there because we really want the Eldritch Horror getting some extra health. And let's see, I don't think, yeah, our healing item, we don't have a healing item with this particular hero, so there's nothing to actually do any healing in that stack. So we'll add the Eldritch Horror there, and that's just temporary. We're going to rejuggle these stacks, of course, once we are ready to actually attack. But in any case there, yeah, we'll give that Eldritch Horror a chance to at least get some nourishing meal over the next turn. So now let's focus on Aurelia here, because Aurelia can still move. And we were doing some work with her. Now I'm just trying to remember kind of what I wanted to do with her. We could clear out this tomb, I suppose. She's got definitely strong enough units to do it. There was an opportunity here. We could have grabbed this watchtower at some point. We didn't, which is giving us a little bit less vision. We do have this little guy here, this baby reed serpent, who can grab some gold for us. So we'll send him over this way, I suppose. Actually, you know what? It might be nice to bring him back and actually guard that city. Maybe I'll do that with him. Just to have something there. It's always nice to have a unit, especially as this is kind of getting close to my front line. Although not exactly there. So our undead have already moved. What do we have up here? Just a few kind of miscellaneous units. We have our fire dragon here who's on his way to help out on the front lines. So I think we do want to move Aurelia further west, get her involved. So we'll head over and let's take a peek at what's in this tomb. Yeah, we'll clear this out. Maybe we can get some nice rewards from this. So we will use our Eldritch Horror up front. There we go. We will reinforce with our Node Serpent. Fortunately, we have Firebomb here, as these are Draconian apprentices. Our Raptors and our Trolls can also kind of jump up front there. Be able to take some of the heat there. Alright, so they didn't do anything, so that's going to give us the opportunity to blast the heck out of them with some shock damage. Very, very nice there. And now we'll just kind of reinforce our Node Serpent a little bit here. Don't want to get overzealous here. I'm expecting them to just jump in and attack my Eldritch Horror a bit. There it is. Alright, no worries. We're just kind of tanking the damage. Nothing too crazy there. And let's actually get a nice charge attack here on this Carrion Bird and get the kill. Very nice. And we've got these Deathbringers over here who need a killing. And we'll use our Troll to do that. Trolls are actually extremely powerful. And they have killing momentum as well. Now, is that... Oh, okay, they gain that at Veteran. I actually forgot about that. So, Trolls gain killing momentum at Veteran rank, which makes them even more powerful. Very, very nice. There we go. Just look at that. 2 units killed. Very, very slick. And I think we'll move in and heal up our Eldritch Horror a little bit. There we go. Very good. And our Node Serpent can actually move in here and get the nice flanking hit on the archers. There we go. Very good. And we can firebomb these archers here. And because they're undead, we can't dominate them, so we're just going to move in and get the kill. And we did get some extra casting points from that battle, so that was very nice. Sickle. Yeah, we're just going to sell this off. We just need the extra gold. That'll be good. Very good. Okay, so now I think we'll just keep sending Aurelia this way. We want to get all of our heroes kind of massed up further west, if possible. We do have our rogue hero as well, who I was going to send up to grab this city, if possible. I think we'll do that. She's kind of already in the area, so we'll move up. We can try and get control of this city. And these units are all kind of hodgepodge at the moment, so we'll just leave them as is. I don't expect them to come out and try to attack me, so I'm not too concerned. Varaxen we're going to send down to clear out this Raven's Keep. And so actually that's going to do it for our turn, so we'll end it there. And now we have to keep an eye on what Edward's going to do. So I'm assuming he's going to try to reinforce a little bit, but he may also... I highly doubt that he's going to come out and try to attack me. Yeah, this battle is going to be very nasty just because we are up against some pretty hefty units there. Dragon Oil is going to come into play a little bit, potentially. Now, what I might do... Oh, got to get out of my domain. Where's that happening? And we're also having our domain invaded here at Dumbkin. We'll check that out here. Let's take a peek. So at Dumbkin, that's here. Just some roving bandits. Or scoundrels, I should say. Ripia has offered us a tribute. We could take a small army or some gold. If we take the small army, we could actually then absorb the city. I think I'll do that. I'll take the small army. And then I believe they are ready to join us. So we will take that. And then pop the army down as a guard right there. Which is very good for us. So now we can actually start developing this city, which is kind of nice. It was an opportunity. We've had lots of chances to do this, but I didn't really have anybody in the area to guard it. So I think what we'll do is we will build... Geez, it's a shame we've only got 33 production. That's kind of not the most efficient if we're going to do the Builder's Hall there. So maybe we do something that's only going to take 3 turns instead, like a laboratory. And then once the city has grown a bit, we can do the Builder's Hall. In any case, we do have here a ton of items that have arrived, which is excellent because we're about to get into some nasty battling. So we have a really good shield here, 20% physical protection, 40% blight protection. Very good to have. We've got an extra shield here. Let's take a peek if any of our other heroes are going to need a shield. So we've actually got a shield here that's slightly better. This rusty disc of defense is slightly better as it gives the regular shield bonus and a +1 defense buff, whereas this just gives the shield bonus, so we'll sell that off. Let's see what other items here have arrived. So that's the rusty shield. We did have a melee weapon show up here as well, which we can equip for Elsa. That's going to give armor piercing, extra melee strength, and hero slayer. see what else we've got. We did have a helmet arrive, which is nice. A little bit of extra defense. Can't go wrong there. Holy symbol there. Some boots. And a set of torso armor, which we are equipping here to Thanos. So I think all of our heroes in this area actually have shields that are relatively decent. So I don't think we're going to need to worry too much about... Yeah, everybody's got... Just make sure Thanos does as well. Yep. So everybody has a shield. So I think we can just sell off... Yeah, we're just going to sell off that tribal shield here. So we can sell that bad boy. There we go. Okay, now where are we in somebody's domain? Oh, right, in this dwarven city. They are not particularly happy about us being there. So we're going to have to decide if we want to try this battle out, as we've got kind of a hodgepodge stack of various undead units here. And we'd be up against some dwarves. They don't have a city wall. And we could actually get this warg involved if we need another unit to help. So we'll think about that. Looks like down here, oh my. So Edward has some other decently powerful units down here. So we really need to get rid of him ASAP, I think, because he is quite the powerhouse at the moment. He's got another city there, which we can see a little bit of. I'm going to send my Wyvern, who I'm using as a scout, over here. We're going to jump into the Shadow Realm and see maybe if we can find Phi Dural, who's a Draconian Theocrat. As a Draconian, there's a chance that Phi Dural's throne city would be in the Shadow Realm, so we're going to look there. Now, we can summon this Eldritch Horror, so we're going to have to decide here who who would benefit most from having this Eldritch Horror. So Thanos already has one. Tana kind of has this hodgepodge stack. Obviously, Malus has a very powerful stack here. Might be nice to have one with Elsa. We do have this guy here who was able to get some extra health. Although ultimately, I don't know if it's really going to matter who we put it with. The good thing with Malus, though, is Malus has a lot of buffs for the units in his stack. So I think maybe we'll add it to Malus's group just because it's going to get a little bit more benefit. Oh, and look at this. We actually had... Oh, we completed Centurion. Let's take a peek at that. We are the first to have 100 units. All of our units level up instantly. And you know what? That's great on the eve of battle here. That's quite nice. Very, very helpful for us. So let's do all of our hero level ups. Okay. So we'll start with Raxon here. Okay, so we have to decide here what what would we want to do with Raxon. We've already got kind of all of his main abilities that we'd want, so now we're probably shooting for Scourge of Undead, I think would be kind of what we're after. So, although Invoke Death is pretty decent, so I think we'll just add extra casting points to him for now. That's going to be the strategy there. That gets us 40, so one more time would get us 50, which we would need for Scourge of Undead. Virix here, now level 15. Once again, we have to kind of decide what would be most beneficial. I think we'll just do extra casting points here. And then, you know what, we could also maybe throw a little bit of extra stats here on Virix as well. That'll do. And we actually have these Archons that are going to be our friend, which is pretty cool. We are the first to have a hero leader reach level 15. The hero gains 5 bonus skill points. And that's actually Virix who hit level 15 first, so that's pretty cool. Let's do our other level ups here. So that was kind of neat. We finished 2 upgrades there in one go. Aurelia, we could get some different upgrades for her. Inflict Stun would obviously be very useful. We are now at 50 casting points, which means that we could cast any of the big boy spells that she's going to get access to. I think we'll do Inflict Stun there. And then we'll worry about what comes after that. Isolara. Let's see. So we've got different options for Isolara. We've got a lot of different spell choices here that we could go with. Shadow Form. Unit gains plus 60% physical protection and pass wall ability until end of combat. Poison Blades, obviously, just for some basic damage. Inflict severely poisoned. That's pretty nasty. Infiltration Squad would mean that all of our units gain wall climbing. Not necessarily that useful. I think we'll maybe just add some casting points here. Alright, what else do we have? So we have Thanos here of House Iniok. So Thanos has the opportunity to upgrade some of his units here a little bit. So why don't we do charge commands so some of our units get charge in his stack. That will be kind of useful, hopefully. Let's see what kind of spells he has. Lion's Courage. The other option is we give him Last Stand as a castable spell, which would be kind of nice for this battle. You know what? I'm going to do that. We're going to do Last Stand. I think that would be quite nice. Although, you know, Charge Command would be nice because then our units have charge, but I suspect we're not... It's just the units in his stack, mind you. And we've already got units with charge here. I'm pretty sure our Griffin Riders already have it, so not necessarily that beneficial for his group. So I think we'll actually do Last Stand, just because then we have another really great option there for a spell to buff some of our units. And now for our Dreadnought hero here. Forge Aprons is going to be useful, so we're going to grab that. Oh, although, you know, Guardian Flame, having that healing ability is kind of nice, but I think just having the fire protection, since we're going to be up against some fire damage, is going to be good. So we're going to grab Forge Aprons for her units at the very least. Malus, we got to do his upgrade here. Yeah, geez, we've kind of got almost everything with him already, so maybe we just do some extra stats for him. Suppose we could upgrade his defense and resistance, maybe. There we go. Making Malus just that much tankier. All right, now Tana here. Let's figure out what we want to do for her. Let's see what kind of spells. You know what? Call Ancestral Spirit would be a good one for this, because then we can summon an extra unit if necessary. I like that, so that's going to be what we'll do for her. We have a little halfling city here that wants to join us. I think we will do that. There we go. So now we have this city in here, and we've got lots of excellent structures like the Ziggurat. We've got Flow Rock Quarry. 2 Flow Rock Quarries, actually. So this city is rolling in production and gold income, which is fantastic. It'll be nice to get a unit up there, maybe, just to have a little bit more... You know what? Maybe we'll just produce a guard here real quick. Make a jester just to guard the city. And let's see what else happened. Nothing else too crazy happened. We did absorb Wasthanoth here, so we could start making some units if necessary. We'll worry about that after, though. Let's kind of do our units first, and then we're going to see if maybe we can do our battle. Now, one thing that we could do here, we could actually do Shield of Dispassion, which is going to give all of our units +1 resistance unless they're flanked. All of our dedicated to neutral units gain an additional +2 defense unless flanked. Now, unfortunately, that really only impacts Malus and a few other... I think our heroes are all dedicated to neutral. So it would really only benefit them, but the +1 resistance would benefit everybody. Alternatively, I could summon like a Node Serpent here to try to help out in this battle. The other option is I don't do that, and I save some of my points here so I can cast some of these spells in battle. Like Chant of Unlife could be kind of nice, or Mass Bless just to give my units some benefits. Yeah, that would be pretty useful. Even recharging Mana Currents could be alright. Restores 15 health to a friendly summoned unit or unit of magical origin each combat round. That's actually pretty solid when you think that I've got a ton of those kind of units. So that one might actually be really good for me. So maybe I will hold off on summoning any extra units there and just try to cast spells in battle. Alright, so... Okay, we got some gold here we can grab. And actually we've got a treasure chest there as well. So we'll do that. And let's see, what else do we have? Alright, so with Virix here, we got to figure out what we're going to do. I think maybe we'll go try and clear out this lost city. Let's take a peek at it. Ooh, we've got a Glutton here, Feathered Serpent, and a bunch of Naga units. We'll give it a try here, and the reason I'm going to do this battle once again is because Virix has Divine Justicars, so my units can basically go down and they have Resurgence. Now I'm going to try not to make the mistake I made last time when I raided one of these with Virix, where I put Virix in danger and she actually ended up almost dying. So instead we're going to keep Virix back. We're also going to remember that the Glutton has... he has Gas Breath, so we don't want to group our units up such that they are able to be hit by that. So we'll kind of spread ourselves out here a bit. There we go. And you know what? It would be nice to also throw a Bestow Iron Heart on there. And you know what? Casper actually pointed out that that armor that Virix has is almost more trouble than it's worth. And the reason is because it actually prevents attacks of opportunity and retaliation attacks, which means that a unit could just walk up to Virix and start wailing on her, and she won't do any damage back. So I think I'm actually going to get rid of that armor when this battle's over, just because it's almost more of a detriment than it is a benefit at this point. So, and I agree with that assessment. All right, well, looks like they're not going to come to us, so I suppose we can go to them. Well, let's charge our knight in like this, do some big damage there. Move in with our Node Serpent and get the kill. Very nice. And then we obviously want to watch out because the Guardian is a pikeman unit. Now, of course, doing damage to these Naga is kind of, unless you're going to get the kill, it's less useful just because they have regrowth. Send our Griffin Rider over that way, and we will move Virix up a little bit. I really have to watch out with her, though, because she doesn't retaliate, so... So there, our knights are taking some big damage. And they may go down, and again, that's going to be alright, because we do have... Resurgence on them, I should say. So let's kill off the Naga. There we go. So we're just trying to kill as many of these units as we really can, basically. Use our Node Serpents there and get a nice big kill. Almost killed the Feathered Serpent, but not quite. And we'll maybe throw a Smite down on there. Yeah, just get the finish. Very good. Then we'll move our Griffin Rider over. So our knight's almost certainly going to die here. Yeah, there he goes. Again, not unexpected there. We'll attack the Guardian with our Monster Hunter there. And then our pikemen are going to have to try and maybe deal with this Glutton a little bit. So let's move around behind and go for the flank there. Very, very good. Then we can flank this way. And then we can come in and get the big flank here as well. Very nice. Okay, and we could have used Virix to try to convert somebody, but I didn't want to risk it. Oh wow, look at some of these items here. Effigy of the Lich King. Mythical jewel item. Heal Undead and Necromantic Aura. That's quite nice. Ulfric's Battle Axe of Frozen Pain. You get +4 Frost melee strength and Inflict Frostbite. And then we also get some gold. So I will take that. And as I said, I'm actually going to take this armor and sell it because I've thought about that a lot and it is not that helpful for me, I don't think. We'll actually give this to our hero here. The hammer, I'm going to have to just quickly jump around and make sure that my other heroes all have melee weapons. It appears that they do. Yes, so I'm going to sell this off. Now the question is, who would benefit most from Effigy of the Lich King? I mean, we could just give it to Virix, but I almost get the feeling that one of my other heroes might benefit more strongly from it. And Virix isn't that far away from our other heroes. Let's just see how long it would take to get there if we're going to send it. Yeah, it would take 3 turns. So maybe we'll just keep it with Virix. I mean, she really doesn't need it in a way, but Necromantic Aura, if we fight any undead and they attack Virix herself, they will basically have a chance to become controlled and on our team. So that is kind of useful. So let's head up this way. We'll clear out this spawning structure, and then we can head down and maybe clear out this watchtower. So that was good. We dealt with Virix over there. Now we were kind of building this little kind of makeshift stack here. We'll kind of finish that up. We'll send them over this way. And let's see what else we got going on here. Okay, and we do want a guard over there, which we're in the process of producing. Okay, let's use our other heroes over here. So we will throw Vraxen at this Raven's Keep, and we can try and Ghoul Curse this Fallen Angel to get another Tier 4 unit over here. Alright, so there's our target here, where we're going to try and drop that Ghoul Curse. We'll use our Banefire here. Trying to inflict despair, or... We did get a despair off, that's quite nice. So we will use our Fallen Angel as a counter to that unit, and then we'll send our Sithonic Guardian in to do a defensive strike there. Very nice. And then our Bone Collector can charge around that way. And of course we want our Deathbringer ready to go here, because we're going to try and Ghoul Curse this Fallen Angel. Oof, Vraxen just got smacked. I wasn't expecting the Angel to do that. So that was actually kind of a bit unfortunate there. Of course, Vraxen does have Undying, so not the worst thing ever. We have a 72% chance currently to inflict Ghoul Curse. So I think maybe what we'll do is we'll actually step this Reanimator off here, even though we're taking a hit, and then try for some Despair. There we go, and we got the stun. Now we have a 100% chance, so let's do that. There we go. We got the Ghoul Curse, and we took the unit out. No real trouble there. So now we can use our Banefire if we need to kill off this Phantasm Warrior pretty much with no trouble. There we go. Fantastic. Our Fallen Angel now can fight the Phantasm Warrior there. And what's great is that we're getting extra casting points back, so that's going to be useful. That's the reason why I didn't want to do the battle with Edward first. I wanted to try and build up some extra casting points if possible. They're very nice. There we go. And we can drop a heal on our Fallen Angel. We'll actually send our Deathbringers to just chill on that dead unit there. And yeah, let's charge in here and obliterate that unit. Turn them around. And then we can actually send Vraxen in here for an attempt at a Ghoul Curse. We didn't... Oh, and we got it. Fantastic. Arachnid Horde. Summons a baby... Let's see. Summons a random baby spider at the start of each combat round to assist the caster in the fight for 7 turns. The spell will only spawn units as long as its owner has at least 1 unit on the battlefield that is not a combat summon. That's a decent spell, but most importantly here, we're going to get some extra casting points, which we need for this upcoming battle, I think. So, very happy with that outcome, as we have another Ghoul Fallen Angel, of course. So now we can move down here and try and clear out this Heart of the Tropics. And what we'll probably do is we'll probably group these two up with some of these units, potentially. Maybe we'll even break off the Reanimator here to actually take care of this stack or something like that. We'll have to kind of play around with that. We'll use this unit just as a bit of a glorified scout at the moment. Okay. So that takes care of Vraxen and his little posse down there. We'll use this little guy to do some scouting up that way. Alright, so I think maybe what we'll do is we'll actually bring this Warg in here. We'll trespass in and we will help out. And we're going to engage this battle here. We're going to declare war. And we are going to do this battle. It does say we are closely matched, so we may not be able to take the city. Oh, and of course I didn't notice that they had the wall. Geez, that was something I didn't even look very closely at. So that's actually going to make this battle a heck of a lot more difficult. And you can see here we've got Prospector, Prospector, Crossbowman. So that's actually, I probably wouldn't have done this battle had I noticed that. So, you know what though, we're already doing it. Let's give it a shot here. We'll send our Lost Souls over this way. They're going to have to kind of, because we don't really have any unit that can easily break down the door, which is kind of what we need. So our wargs are going to take a pounding here if we try this. And yeah, with their walls, I don't know if we're going to actually be able to win this battle. We may actually have to retreat. Let's send our foot soldiers over that way. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we will retreat. As much as I hate to do it. Again, I just didn't notice that they had the wall there, which was kind of my mistake. Yeah, let's do that. You know what? Rather than take a ton of extra unnecessary damage, let's just get our units out of here. Try to mitigate any damage that they're going to potentially take. I mean, again, I hate to do it because we're going to lose all our movement, but I don't think we're going to be able to do this battle very easily. We're going to lose some of these units for sure if we do it, so instead I think what we'll do is we'll just get our units a bit stronger and then come on back and try it again. So we'll just kind of have everybody run out of here, including our warg. And then our Archon foot soldiers will do that next turn here. So yeah, there's an important lesson. Always pay attention to the city there. I kind of overlooked the fact that it actually had a wall, so. And I suppose I could have cast some spells, but again, I'm saving them up for this battle with Edward, as I'm imagining it's going to be pretty catastrophic. And we're going to need all the help we can get. Again, no big deal there, but definitely kind of a whoopsie on my part. Let's see, how are we doing for alignment? So we're right around neutral, which is perfect. Exactly what we need to be. So that's good for us here. Still right in that Goldilocks zone where we need to be. We've already, yeah. So I think now, you know what? Let's just take a peek in the Shadow Realm here, as we do have a few units that can still do some battling. We have our builder who's already done his job, and we're going to be sending this unit up to reclaim this city. So we're going to do that. Now the builder can actually maybe jump out through this Shadow Gate here and take a peek at what's above, or what's in the on the surface world, I should say. The priest is just moving his way up here. What else do we have in the Shadow Realm here? Nothing else kind of going on, so that does it for there, more or less. All right, well, we've moved pretty much everybody else. I mean, our rogue, I suppose we can use to take this city. Why not? Let's do that. And then we can also maybe try and clear out the ziggurat and this tomb eventually with our rogue here. So let's engage this battle. We can try and dominate this elven Griffin Rider here. Alright, so we're just going to kind of move ourselves in. Play this one big confident here, as we've got a pretty sizable advantage, obviously, with our tier 4 unit. Alright, so let's go after the Unicorn Rider. Can even go for a stun if we can get it. We did get it. Fantastic. There's the kill. So we don't want to take any unnecessary damage if we don't need to, so we'll actually maybe let them come to us. Okay, there we go. That's perfect. So now we can blast the heck out of these Union Guard, get the stun, fantastic, and then get the kill. Very nice. Now let's move in for a dominate, 55% chance, and we got it. Fantastic. So there we go, another tier 3 unit for our forces. Very nice. And that city is now under our control. We can use this warg to do some more scouting as well. So we could check underground maybe real fast. Just take a peek and see what we can see. Okay, so Edward has some territory underground. We know that much. So we can see his domain there. So now let's just keep kind of scouting out this way. There we go. Alright, so city awaits its fate. It's a high elf city, so I'm going to absorb it. Or a village, I guess. So I'm going to absorb that, as I don't really want the high elves to be too mad at me. So we could go and try for the ziggurat. We've got a pretty solid stack there. I think we could probably manage it. So maybe let's give that a try. Let's at least see what's in there. Ooh. We do have 2 gluttons. That's a little scary. And then baby reed serpents and a naga. What the heck? Let's give it a try. I think we can do it. Oh, fantastic. They're coming to me. That makes my life a little bit easier. The thing with these baby reed serpents is they can inflict that noxious vulnerability, which can then make your life harder because obviously the glutton does a lot of poison damage there with his gas breath attack, so there is a bit of synergy there that we have to kind of watch out for. There we go. Nice stun there. That's good. And so now the question is, we want to keep our units kind of separated here a little bit, such that they're not going to be... We don't want them all getting hit by the gas breath attack when it inevitably comes at us. So, of course, I grouped up my Eldritch Horror and the Knight kind of stupidly there. Maybe not my smartest move there, but we'll bring our Brew Brother over to anticipating we're going to need some healing support on that side. And we'll bring our Node Serpent maybe kind of over here. And our Knight can face that way. And our hero can actually kind of head back just a touch. And let's see, blind, if it fails, unit is hindered instead. Blinded unit cannot attack target units. Blinded units cannot target units or objects more than 1 hex away or cast spells until the end of combat. Or we could try hindering them so they have less movement if it fails. Well, we'll give it a try. I mean, I actually kind of almost want it not to work, frankly. Nice, okay, so less movement. That's actually good. Yeah, there's that gas breath. It tried taunting us there, and it failed, thank goodness. Alright, very nice. So, now, can we actually get a... No, we can't get a Dominate because they have Mind Control immunity, of course. So we can move in like this and hit him with the Shock Breath here, which will be kind of nice. What if we back up? So then we hit Glutton, Glutton, and Baby. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Killed off the Baby Reed Serpent. Kill off this one, hopefully. Very nice. And we want our Brew Brother kind of moving in here just to offer support to our Eldritch Horror if needed. We can try for some stun here. So let's try that. Ooh, and we actually got the stun. Fantastic. Now, of course, we do have these units over here who are going to give us some problems. So maybe we'll actually move our Node Serpent in here. Nice, we got the kill. Very nice. And we don't want to put his Lara in any risk if we don't need to. So let's try for a Frozen, maybe. Yeah, there we go. No such luck. Alright, so our Node Serpent's getting kind of ganged up on there, as you can see. And obviously our Tigran is in some trouble. Tigran Mystic, so... Could try charming them, although we don't have the greatest chance of it working. Alternatively, we could go for a Assassin Strike here, which might be the better choice. Let's try that. Okay, didn't quite get the kill, but... And then we can pounce on them and get the kill that way. Very nice. Alright, so now we'll move in behind here, do a big flank, big damage. Very nice. Bring our knight in for some charge potential there. And now our Node Serpent's kind of going to 1v1 this Glutton, so we're going to just throw him in defense mode and hope that he doesn't get devoured. Alternatively, the Glutton may go for our... Oh, and you know what? He went to try to get our Dire Panther, but when he turned around and took the flanking hit from our Node Serpent, he ended up getting stunned. So that worked out in our favor. Very, very nice. So maybe what we'll do here is we'll move in like this, kill the Glutton, move in here, heal up our Node Serpent, and let's see, what other options do we have here? So we could use Nourishing Meal on our unit. There we go. Very good. Get some big hits with our Node Serpent, and then get the finish with our Eldritch Horror. Very nice. So that was relatively painless, and we were able to clear out a Ziggurat here, and holy, we got some good items. Okay, Golden Blade of the Master Assassin. Backstab. Deal +6 damage when performing a melee flanking attack. Inflict severely poisoned. Assassin Strike. Inflict bleeding wounds. You know, this is almost like a blade that would give somebody a lot of the benefits that a rogue actually kind of gets. So that might actually not be good to equip to a rogue. That might be better for somebody else. Horseshoe of Golden Fortune. Legendary jewel item. +1 defense, high morale, and lucky. Yeah, I'll take all of this. So I think instead of Dazzled, we don't really need that. We'll equip the Horseshoe. We can send this off and the dagger to one of our other heroes. So let's see who would maybe benefit most. At this point right now, I'm thinking probably Thanos maybe would benefit from it as a warlord, or our Dreadnought. So I think that's who we're going to send them to, is to Thanos. Fortunately, they're pretty close, so this shouldn't take too long to get there. So we'll send that to Thanos, and we'll send the other necklace here to Thanos as well. Very nice. Okay. So that worked out quite well for us. So now next turn, we'll try and clear out that tomb with our rogue. Okay, so I think it's about time here. We're getting pretty close. I've been kind of putting it off, but I think we're going to do the battle now that we've kind of moved most of our other units here. We do still have Aurelia to move. Although it looks she's going to probably just spend most of her movement, yeah, just cruising down here. We will do this one battle real fast just to grab clear out this little circus on our way over. So we'll just get this done here, kill off these pesky draconian units. So they're grouped up for us, which is kind of nice. We'll use our troll, get in there and do some big damage. And then I think we could actually probably sit ourselves like right here and just, oh yeah, big damage. Look at that. Very nice. And then our Node Serpent can maybe go park right in there. Kind of like that. And of course, because they're draconian, we're not going to get as much benefit from doing fire damage, but still useful. We can do some big damage to that raptor and get the kill. No problem there. And then we can use our raptor as a guardian for our support unit there. Very nice. And our Node Serpent putting the work in. We'll move in and drop a heal here. And you know what? It would be nice to maybe get our troll up to gold medal and try and get fearsome for it. So let's do that. We'll move ourselves around here. We have guard breaker, so big yikes. There we go. Alright, excellent. So that takes care of Aurelia. I actually should have checked what was in that circus, but you know what? Maybe we can do that still here. Let's take a quick peek. Sphinx. You know, the Sphinx might be nice as a flying unit. We could go have it reinforced, so I'm going to recruit that unit. And I'm going to send the Sphinx literally just straight over here to try to go help out as best as it can. And then, I think we're kind of ready. So, now did I move Virix this turn? Yes, I did. Okay. So yeah, we're going to do this battle. So we've got a lot of casting points. Now let's decide. Would it be more beneficial to have an extra unit and then also the ability to cast some other spells? Shielded Dispassion, just extra resistance and extra defense for our heroes that are dedicated to neutral. Now, because Malus is going to be in the battle, our spells shouldn't cost double. So if we do, let's say, a Node Serpent right now, we would still have 101 casting points ready to go. So not the end of the world there if we do summon one of these things. Dread Omen would be another thing we could do. Units that belong to the Enchanted City's Empire suffer minus 500 morale penalty within that city's domain. So, I mean, I could just throw this on the city here and decrease their morale so that they're fumbling. That might not be the worst plan ever, honestly. Yeah. Let's do that. We'll use Dread Omen. And then now we're gonna just roll in the attack here. So let's group up our units a little bit. We'll throw you in there. Now the trick is going to be getting everybody involved in the fight if possible here. So we're going to want everybody grouped around in all 4 units here. So we'll send you in here. So we'll go like this, like that, and like this. And then we'll engage the battle, I think with... I mean, it doesn't matter who we engage it with, I suppose. We'll use Tana here. So we're bringing all 4 of our stacks, and they're bringing just 2 of theirs into this battle. So let's give it a shot here. We're going to try it. Here we go. Fortunately, we're not bringing in that extra stack that has another Juggernaut, thank goodness. This is going to be nasty enough. Oh, look at those cannon shots. Just vicious. Absolutely vicious. Okay. Boy, we got a lot to do here. So, let's drop a heal on our Eldritch Horror, perhaps. Although, maybe it would be more beneficial to cast a spell. Ah, you know what? I don't want to make this mistake again. We're going to right away use Thunderstorm here. There we go. Very nice. And then we're going to just send our Eldritch Horrors right up the gut here, basically. Try and keep them a little bit split up. Fortunately, we have this Stone Giant here who can chuck this boulder, do some big damage here to the walls, which would be kind of nice for any unit that can't get over the wall. I think we're just going to do damage to the cannon, though, because most of our units that we're sending in are actually able to just get right over the wall. And with this guy, I should have used this one to throw a static shield on, but we'll just summon a Lightning Sprite instead. There we go. Okay. Let's see what else we could do here. So we want this Eldritch Horror getting involved, definitely. There we go. You know what? Let's even throw a Last Stand on one of our boys here. There we go. Give him a little bit of a buff. Now, of course, they may try to dispel that, and I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, but we'll kind of keep our this Griffin Rider's a little bit worse for wear, so maybe we'll keep him kind of back a bit. We got some mounted archers here who need to maybe get involved a little bit. We do want to get our support units kind of up into the battle, for sure. We've got some big beetles here who can kind of soak up some damage, perhaps. Now, this Eldritch Horror is in kind of rough shape, as you can see. So I think what we'll do is we'll use our Nourishing Meal there. And then we'll kind of send him over this way a little bit. Now, this Exterminator is very useful because he provides projectile resistance. So we're going to send him over here to try to help out with those Eldritch Horrors if they need it. Alright, Tana can throw a Nourishing Meal on this Eldritch Horror for some extra health. Very nice there. Alright, we want our Shamans to maybe move up just a touch. They can take some damage if necessary. Got some Monster Hunters here that are not in the greatest of shape, so maybe we'll back them up just a touch. Okay, now Elsa. We'll keep Elsa maybe back a bit. She can move up just a touch here, but we'll keep her kind of maybe in reserve a little bit. There's that thunderstorm doing damage for us. Very good. Oof, you can see that mortar shot there just killed off our little lightning sprite that we summoned. Okay, and they're doing all kinds of nasty stuff to us here. Fortunately, we're not taking too much damage. A lot of ranged hits there, but nothing catastrophic. Alright, so now we're going to charge in with our Eldritch Horror, I think, and try and do as much damage as we possibly can at this point, really. Now the question is, I could... I think I'll flank the cavalry, perhaps. Although I could, you know, maybe I go for the Juggernaut and try and get the stun. Yeah, maybe that's the better play. Okay, we didn't get the stun. We'll move in here. Okay, what does our shock attack do? Actually pretty solid. We'll do that. Very nice. Move our Stone Giant in. We can actually try and kill off the cavalry here. We got lucky there and we got the kill. And yeah, we're going to just hang out with that Eldritch Horror. So we'll move up here and protect our Stone Giant maybe just a bit. Alright, so now we've got kind of the other side of the battle here to deal with. So let's move on up here. Shoot that spy drone a little bit. Very good. Alright, so these units can all chill. Got some mounted archers here, could maybe help out a little bit with this spy drone. And what do we got here? We could throw a flashbang if needed, but I don't think that's really going to help much. Malus, let's see. We want any spells here from Malus. I don't think we necessarily really need most of these. But you know what? Let's throw a recharging mana currents up there. There we go. A little bit of health to our Eldritch Horror there. Sure, why not? And, what the hell. Let's throw a... You know what? And I grouped them up here, which I shouldn't have done. Fortunately, we have projectile resistance, but I'll throw that on my Stone Giant. Even though it's probably not going to be needed there. Of all the units that are going to get involved, I don't think our Stone Giant's going to be the one getting right in there, so... And our Brew Brothers have kind of done their job by throwing that heal up there, so... Alright, our Goblin Big Beetles can kind of just move in like this. Our Shamans can kind of move in to assist them. Phantasm Warriors can push up maybe just a smidge there. Monster Hunters can stay put. Storm Sisters can go about there. Thanos can, again, gradually kind of move himself in, maybe. Alright, let's see what they do here. There we go. Getting that recharging mana current benefit there. That's quite nice. Oof, and there's those cannons just laying into us. Alright, so they're coming out to fight us, which is kind of nice there. Alright, so let's see what happened. So our Node Serpent's definitely taken some punishment. Let's attack the Juggernaut here with our Eldritch Horror. You can see really not doing a ton of damage. Our Node Serpent actually does a fair bit more damage, so we'll finish that off. Quite nice there. You know what? We can actually kind of put the hurt on this hero. Let's actually move over like this. There we go. And then we could actually move up here a bit. Do some more damage. Very nice. Now this Eldritch Horror is kind of 1v1ing this Juggernaut, so we're going to need help over there, that's for sure. Nice. I was hoping for a stun. We didn't get it. That's alright. Now, does my Druid have... Yes, they do. We have Call Ancestral Spirit and Root Spears, so... Now, we could call the Ancestral Spirit in behind here to help out, or we could just use Root Spears to kill off the hero. I think we'll maybe just do that. Very nice. Alright, so our Big Beetle here... Actually, we can just kill off the Griffin Rider like that. There we go. Very nice. Then we can move in and attack the cannon. Get the kill there. No problem at all. Get this Eldritch Horror involved here. This Griffin Rider can get in. Oh, actually, that Griffin Rider's in rough shape. I shouldn't have done that. Kind of a mistake. Fortunately, I don't think it's going to make a big difference. Most of these units can just kind of chill out. Because we're very close to having this battle kind of wrapped up at this point. Yeah, I think we're just going to kind of more or less hang back here. And yeah, Malus can just drop a heal on himself, because why not? Now the only issue here is this Juggernaut. It's going to be the real problem. So yeah, let's head over that way then. Alright, so we did take a bit of a... actually some pretty substantial damage there with our Node Serpent. But I think we are... yeah, we're okay. So we're going to move in like this and do a Shock Breath attack. And then we'll move in here and do the exact same thing, get the kill. Very nice. Okay, so that Juggernaut is out of commission. So now the only thing that's left, I believe, is the Settler back there. And this battle is pretty much over at this point, so now it's just a matter of using our units to go back there and try and get the kill. And you know what, let's get our support units inside the walls there if possible. Here we go, we've got our Eldritch Horror who can move back there. We can try and dominate the Settler just to basically have an extra unit. Or an extra Settler that's on our side. That would be good. We can get kind of a free city out of the deal, potentially. Yeah, I don't think these Eldritch Horrors are going to get there in time. Okay, so let's try for the Dominate if we can. Yes, we can. Let's try for it. 75%. We got it. Very nice. We got ourselves a free Settler out of the deal, and we took out the bulk of his forces there. Very, very nice. Now, we do still have 4 more units to go, but that'll be easier to deal with since we now have... so we'll take the Blowpipe here with Tana. That'll now be easier to deal with since we've cleared out most of his units. Inflict Enabling Fever and Inflict Exhausting Fatigue. That's actually quite a nice upgrade. What other heroes do we have in this area that could use that? Thanos probably could. Although it's probably better to have it with a more of a ranged hero. So actually Tana might be more beneficial for her. Maybe we'll just send the Mug over to one of our other heroes. And the melee weapon here, not very good. We'll just sell that one off. Okay. So now we just got to get everybody involved in this other battle, basically. Here we go, and then we'll just move ourselves in here. Nope, that's not going to do it. Go down here. There we go. Okay, so let's fight this battle here, and let's see what we can manage here one more time. So now this time we're just fighting a single Juggernaut. Should be a bit easier for us this time around, for that very reason. Alright, so who needs a heal? Our Eldritch Horror could probably use a little bit of extra health. So we'll do that. We're just going to charge right in there, going full aggro. And we will actually use Static Shield like that. There we go. We'll move right in and start blasting these units as best we can. Okay, that Eldritch Horror could use some health, so we'll come in here like this, drop the extra health on that guy, charge right in. There we go, very nice. And yeah, I don't think we're really going to need a whole lot of help here in this battle. I think we're going to be able to manage it without too much assistance. I think we can just use our kind of our big boys up front, and they'll be able to do the work, kind of the heavy lifting. Alright, there's the mortar shot on us. Taking a little bit of damage here, but nothing crazy. I suppose I could have tried more dominating in that last battle, but I was kind of focused mostly on just winning the battle, getting it done. Let's light up that Civic Guard there. We can pretty much almost finish them off. Alright, we'll do that. Do some damage. There we go. Very nice. Alright, perfect. There we go. We're in position now to start putting a hurt on them. Okay. So Tana I was bringing in just because Tana can heal, which is quite useful. Rust Strike. Now what does that do? Causes the enemy armored unit to suffer -2 defense or deals 20 damage to target enemy machine unit and attempts to deteriorate until the end of combat. We'll give that a shot. Let's try it on the Juggernaut. Nice, it's deteriorated, so it's a little bit debuffed there, which is good for us. Not that I really necessarily needed the help, but why not? Might as well try it. There we go, we're getting inside the walls now. And our Node Serpent here is in kind of rough shape, so we'll throw some extra health on there. And you know what? Why not? Let's summon a Lightning Sprite because we can. There we go. We'll keep most of our units back because we don't necessarily need them in the battle, so... Okay, that Juggernaut's kind of cheesing his way over here, so... You know what? Let's jump in behind the wall here and we'll just hit him with the Shock Breath attack. You know what? Let's even get our boy over there, our giant. He can do some damage. Very nice. Okay. And you know what? Let's just go for some dominate, because why not? There's one. Okay, and this unit can't be affected by it, so we'll just do some big damage there and a nice stun as well. Let's move in, and can we get the kill? Yes, we can. Very nice. There goes our little Lightning Sprite getting lit up there and killed, but doing some work, which is always good. We'll bring Tana in here and just do a little bit of damage to these Human Civic Guard. Flashbang does do some damage. That would actually get the kill there. We might as well. Sure. And we'll send this unit up just to provide some protection for our hero who's moved in a bit. Alright, excellent. Ooh, going after our giant there. Not very nice. There's a nice flank attack. Well, our giant's going to come get some revenge here. Let's see what does more damage. So melee attack's going to do more damage. There we go. And we can come in and get the kill. Very nice. So just like that, we took out Edward Portsmith's throne city. And let's just grab the city itself here. Excellent. Alright, so it's a human city. I think I'm just going to absorb it. Yes, there we go. I could migrate it in one turn. I don't think we have any other human cities. Let's just double check that real quick. Which one is cities? Cities, there we go. So we've got Dragon, Goblin, Halfling, High Elf, Goblin, High Elf, Tigrin, High Elf, Draconian, Tigrin, Draconian, Shadow Elf, Draconian, lots of other Shadow Elf. Yeah, so really that's the only one that's a human city. I think we'll still absorb it though. I was tempted to maybe try and turn it into some other race, like to migrate it, but I think I'll keep it as is. And I think we'll end the episode there. We've nicely taken out Edward's throne. We've got him on the run here. I mean, he still has a number of cities, and I know he has at least some other decently powerful units. So I'm not sure if he's going to surrender after this or if he's going to keep fighting. It'll be really interesting to find out. Obviously, we've got very, very powerful units there, and I really I don't think I even lost anybody in those battles. If I did, it was just one unit kind of here or there. So very, very slick battles there. Yeah, I don't think I actually lost anybody. So all in all, quite happy with the outcome there. Yeah, let's just zoom out and take a look at the map here. You can see, so we've really got Edward on the back foot. He's in really rough shape at this point in the game. Since we have his throne city now, and we've taken out a number of his heroes, we still haven't actually encountered Edward himself, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gives up in the next turn here. We still have not found Phi Dural at all. We don't know where Phi Dural is, so we're still on the lookout for him. However, things are looking really good for us, so we're going to save this one here. Okay, we're going to call this one episode 17. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.